Hello, welcome fellow Mythrunians. It's time for another weekly live stream. We're going to be kind of continuing where we left off last time. I've done a lot of behind the scenes work, just trying to get the GOAP library more in shape. I've made a lot of progress this week. I worked hard on it. So anyway, today we're going to be integrating more of the AI stuff. I've actually been kind of starting that already. So yep, those are the patrons. They help pay for the Hetzner server that's running right now, that's running the game server, among other things. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the status. I was trying to get status text to work because in lieu of having actual animations, it's nice if the AI mobs can like have little talk text that appears above, but right now it's appearing in the wrong place, so I'm trying to fix that. Because it's supposed to be above her head, and I like created this like crappy anvil. I need to redo it, but and like a crappy forge and some chests I put around so that if we wanted to make her do stuff later, we might be able to set up a situation. Anyway, let's figure out why the text is appearing. I like cut and pasted a bunch of code from Mythruna to get this to work, and I think I've just missed something. Something in how I'm wondering if the original code, I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is not what I meant to do, but in lieu of having like actual attachments working, like I can't put stuff in her hands right now because that part of the game is not ported to this demo, this prototype. And so in lieu of that, if she's picking up stuff I wanted like status text, I can get away with a lot of sin if I just have like status text that pops up her head. I don't have to show the animations necessarily. I can just fake it, and we can see that the AI is still working, recognizing that that's actually much easier to integrate into Mythruna that's already got all this stuff. So I wanted to fix this real quick. I'm trying to figure out how top text view gets its okay, this part I did. And before, yeah, see, we don't actually give it any new position. Where did we get the position from? We're getting the position, we're not using it. Maybe the character name container is doing something. Character name holder is probably updating something. Just give me a minute. If there's anybody on, so how was everybody's week? I had a really productive week. I mean, I refactored entire sections of the GOAP library and then refactored them again. But it's getting more and more solid each time. And why can I not find the place set local trans? Let's see if anything. See, that's setting it relative to its parent. And that is setting top node to V, which is indeed I wonder if this code is getting used. or if because there's a top, Hey, how's it going? Let's see. Center node, cellular V, which is the center of mass. Yeah, where's this? This is an object name view. I don't think center node is used for anything. Because object name view. Alright, well, I mean, I think I can make this work. I believe it's in here that things are going awry. I mean, yeah, log info v. V is not right at all. What is top? That's not useful. Attachment point. So maybe we just don't do attachments, because I think that's what's screwing us up. Let's just comment this out. Nope, that didn't fix it. Alright, I think what we will do is there is a valid position. Where was I just now? Here. So let's do this again. Top node parent B. Okay, so parent is let me get rid of this fader stuff. I know that that's working. It's just creating garbage in my output. Top node is the model root. Okay, that is a problem. Okay, so then nothing is using the spawn position. We missed some text. We missed not some text, but some. All right, let's just hack this together then. Spawn position pos equals entity. Oh, we didn't give it the entity. So in here we create this. Let's just pass the entity. Entity.get ID entity okay, and I started some text here. I just want to make sure this still compiles. Whoops, nope, it does not. No such property entity. It's right there. No such property entity for status text state. Doesn't 117. Duh. All right. All right. Let's see if I can get this fixed in like 5 minutes, so we can get productive again. Today what we're going to be working on is like the action queues. We started like messing with actions last time, but I kind of hacked them in. And what they really need to do is they need to be influencing the steering and stuff like that. So we'll create some steering primitives instead of, like last time with the Gafin, we had it, we started AI eat, and then it, oh, we're doing the wrong one apparently. Okay, so we'll make the Gafin eat instead. Okay, so then, oh yeah, the Gafin's got, so here if I step, walk through all the things, and then now we've got our goal, we've got our plan, and we execute it. Yeah, the Gafin's going to walk all the way over there. It's actually going to fail to do so because the whatchamacallit's in the way. Yeah. So I've created a problem, and I'm just going to delete that mob. Yeah. But anyway, we're trying to get the status text to work for her. Oh, so that status text was actually in the right place for a second. All right. So what was I doing? Yes, I was messing with this stuff, and I think I'm going to put this top back, and then, yeah, was the Gafin actually working? Was its status text actually working? 1001. It comes every 5 seconds. Or do we get like yeah, we get like 2 different ones down here. Oh, but it is keeping track of his offset, so that's cool. I don't know what this is. Alright, so let's see if we can fix this. So we'll get the base position entity to get spawn position, and then to this we will add this, I think it's location, to vector3f dot add. Alright, now it should put it in the right place. Well, assuming I didn't make a syntax error. I always do that. Wire it up here, forget to wire it in there. This has been my day today, which is why we're running behind. Alright, let's try again. Alright, let's put human female, create the mob, boink. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Okay. Hey! It's not in the right place, but it's closer. Wow. Why is it over there? So let's make her eat. Actually, she's going to fail to eat because she doesn't have an eat animation, but we'll see how badly it fails. Yeah, so she's just not going to run that animation, but she'll stop. Okay. I just wanted her to move to see if the text moved too. I don't have the ability to control her. My nose is itchy. Yeah, I didn't really notice if the text moved, to be honest. Why is it all the way the hell over there? It just don't make no sense. Actually, we could do this smarter than that. We could say, right, we've got the model. Why aren't we using the model for anything? Model. Do we not use it for anything? Yeah. Model. Set model. Maybe the model is null. Log info set model Model. No, we get an attachment control, I think. Set model. Scene node, yeah. Okay, so we get a model. So instead of all this work, instead of all that noise, we could just say model.get local translation .add. Alright, well, I'm not going to waste too much time on this, and like I left a lot of dirt behind. It's kind of good enough if it follows her. Let's make sure that yeah, it's just so randomly not where she is. And so let me see if the new one can eat. Yeah, let's see. So she, yeah, it follows her at least. It's just not above her head, so that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we'll say that's good enough. I'll fix that later. There's some piece of Mythruna I didn't copy over correctly, and so she's trying to get to that other. There we go. Oh, she got that food. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let me undo all these log messages because they're going to get annoying. Yeah. Oh, the say. Oh, we're going to get rid of the says. Okay, so we'll comment this out. We don't need that. We know it works. And we can delete our extra Mythruna girl. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got these like left over from when I reset because it didn't clean them up. So let me restart. And then we'll get busy. Fortunately, this does not take long to start. Create the mob. Alright. So what we want to do is build actions that are based on sort of steering her through the world. So we have like some steering primitives. I may be able to use the existing steering primitives, although wouldn't that be convenient? Trying to decide what their inputs are, whether I can derive them. Agent movement input. Okay, I probably can just drive them from. So they don't need to know much, but what are the actual steering primitives, the existing? Yeah, because if I can reuse what I've already got, we have a lot of work in those. Oh, so we need agent driver. Agent driver is, yeah. I don't have a full agent driver. We might be able to cut and paste some things then. So, yeah, maybe I can just cut and paste these to be based on a different, because they've already got all the work in. Also, I'm going to need to tweak them because I need more than just an arrive. I want an arrive. So arrive will get, like, you can say I want to go to this object, and oh, by the way, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm like 0.5 meters away or 0.25 or whatever. It's just get me there, get me close enough. But for some things like eating the food or, you know, banging on the anvil, or we want to stand in a very specific place relative to the thing. And in fact, it doesn't really matter exactly where we stand as long as whatever action we're going to run, like when we go to eat the food, it doesn't matter where we stand as long as when the bird, you know, goes down to peck the ground, they're pecking near where the food is. So they do want to stand a specific distance away and facing a specific way. And none of our current steering primitives do that. They just get you close enough. So we may end up wanting to mess with those. I get wrapped around trying to make everything perfect when really we're just trying to like hook everything up right now. But still. Okay, so maybe we'll just cut and paste all of these. The steering primitive itself will still work. Yeah, I wish I had done an interface for these. Real quickly, let me see what we use agent for. Perhaps we go ahead and make an interface in Mythruna. Like, the more code I can put in actual Mythruna versus this prototype, even though it requires like a recompile and a rerun, it behooves us to do so. Oops, because yeah, so we want orientation, location, location. Yeah, and then target would be so we actually don't need, there is already an agent interface, I think, that can provide all that stuff. Yeah. So why didn't I use that? Alright, let's rewrite these steering primitives really quickly. Do a little live refactoring here on the I think everywhere agent driver is here, I can just replace it with agent. And then see if everything still compiles. Now the problem is, like, we won't have like the collision avoidance and stuff we prototyped earlier, or that's already in the engine. That requires like probes and stuff. So we're going to make sure, we're going to try to make sure we set things up so that I may have to add like the jump behavior back in, just so she doesn't get stuck on stuff. Alright, so that worked. So that means we can use the existing steering primitives. We just saved ourselves a whole bunch of time. I'm going to make sure that they work in context, but we shall see in a second. Probably should have looked at the code before I ran, just in case there's something else I need to tweak. Alright, so we got her there. Let's see if we can give her the wander behavior, and that will help flesh out the... Okay, so first what we're going to do, she is not set up to run a steering system yet. And I've got too many files open as usual. Set up controller, even though it's not setting up a controller. Okay, except when we had manual control, we were emulating. Yeah, so we could set calculate steering to be whatever we want. And that's down here. We had our own little mob thing that we were creating. Yeah, the GOAP agent driver. So let's implement agent. Implements agent. We are going to want to import Mythruna sim AI Let's see if that blows up. It should actually blow up. Yeah. We don't... Oh, we're unable to resolve the class agent. Ah. Oh, well. Yeah, of course. Part of my brain goes away when we're on the live stream, so... Alright, let's see if that works. And then we should get an error that we don't have the particular methods implemented that we need. Yeah, we don't have the method get entity ID. Okay. Then we will add those real quick. At override public. Okay, that's for the agent interface. We'll just steal all the things. All of the things. Oh, get linear velocity. That'll be an interesting one. Oh, huh? But huh? Oh, it extends mob. So yeah, we need all of the things. All right. Boilerplate, boilerplate. I don't really need this, but I found that this kind of thing saved me because the GOAP libraries, a lot of it is tested through unit tests. I've done like different scenarios in there, and when I went through the trouble of doing the at overrides, it saved me a lot of trouble when the when I was refactoring, because it would warn me early that the overrides were bad. Context body. Oh, does the body context have the body? 1434. I don't remember what driver is. It does not have the body. We used it to look up the body. Okay, so then when we created this guy, how did we give it the driver? Driver was what we used to look up the body index. What is the driver, though? We can find out. And right now we can just return null. We're not using these. Alright, so that will let us compile. Oh no. Oh yes. We already had location and orientation. That's right. Okay. And so in here we can log driver. See what driver is, because I wasn't nice enough to type it. I think it's because it's a dynamic. Did it not because we've already got her created? No, it should have redone her. GOAP agent driver, do we see that anywhere? Oh, yeah, so we... Why didn't we see that? Reloading. Blah blah blah. But you can bet if I threw an exception or something, it would log that. Let's try deleting her and re-adding. Delete, create, blank. I don't know why this is not being logged. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we have to start AI before it hooks that up. There we go. Character driver, that's what it is. Okay, so character driver. Probably I don't want to have a separate start AI anymore. So character driver is something in here. And it has the rigid body, it has the ID. Okay. So driver is all we need. In fact, I'm going to give this the thing so we know what type it is. Okay, it's happy with that. Oh, we got to start AI for it to really... Yep, okay. Cool. Now at least we know what we're dealing with, and so we can say driver.id, driver.rigid body.position. Orientation. And I think it's actually linear velocity. And we'll start the AI to see. Uh-oh. I think it just didn't get my click. Start AI. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Oh, I took the log out. Yeah, okay, so I just did that a bunch of times. Okay. And so, calculate steering. We will have private steering, primitive steering, or current steering equals, okay. And so, we will call update which may set a steering primitive, and then we will call current steering if current steering is not null, and that had a oh yeah, we gotta have a agent movement target, so we need a bunch of wiring here. Boink, boink. It's agent movement input, right? Agent movement input, yeah. So we need one of these. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I think that's all. It doesn't have a constructor, right? Nope, not a real one. Okay. Now we get somewhere. Calculate steering movement input. Actually, let's make sure we name things fully, because this script has a lot of code in it. Okay, so let's get rid of this and use this instead. And what was the name of the, I think it was move? It was. Okay, so that should all be okay. It should like that just fine. And now we ought to be able to set a default primitive. And so let's set a wander. That's interesting. It doesn't take anything into account for the current agent. Anyway, okay. So let's say this dot current steering equals steering primitives wander. We'll wander one meteor. I don't think these do what the distance is like. So the wander. Is this gonna work? Connection restored. Look at that. So I mean, I may have this already here somewhere, but the wander. If this is your mob, right? Yeah, I know you guys used to say this was the highlight of the thing. It in whatever direction it's facing, it projects like a circle. And it has a little knob on it, kind of thing. And then so basically you'll steer towards that circle, and there's something that randomly moves this left and right so that it looks, so when this is over here, you'll head that way. It's way over here, you'll head this way. And because it rotates around this thing, it makes movement more natural. It's just a standard wander primitive, and so that's what I think these things are. And so I think it's just actually we can look and see maybe what existing wanders we have. Nope, not in there. Brain config or behaviors. Nope. I bet it was brain configurations. Yeah. Okay, so that's configuring a butterfly. That's configure a dog. Yeah, we'll use the dog water. That's fine. Rather than try to guess at some good parameters, we'll just use some already good parameters. And let's see if it works. Ba-doink. Is it going to blow up? Is it going to work? Well, it didn't blow up. And it didn't work. Log info steering move. Oh, I didn't start the AI. See, this is why I need to make that automatic now, because I'm going to forget to do that. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Yeah, we didn't scale it, so it's just maxed out. But like, she's running around. I mean, she's wandering. Holy crap. I wonder if that's let's set this to 1. Okay, so we can get rid of this. We know it's working. Let's see if that's based on distance. If she let's start the AI. Oh no, so it just needs to be scaled. It's weird that it's making her run though, so it must be just using a default speed. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like with the steering, 1 is like your max speed, and like then 0.5 and stuff. So we need the steering primitive scale this. We need to scale. I think it's like this. Let's see. Is it going to blow up? It did not blow up. Okay, so then we'll start the AI again. Uh-oh, that blowed up. Yeah, so scale is not, it's, scale speed, that's what it is. Of course, because scale might have meant a lot of different things, but scale speed means a specific thing. Okay. Actually, I guess we'll keep this. I just need to remember to start the AI. It's just convenient to be able to, like, switch over and then start it so that we see what happens. Okay, there she goes. She's wandering around. That rate that she, yeah, that's a decent walk. The rate that that's turning is too fast. Oh no, I put the distance really close. That's what it was. That's why it looks really chaotic. This, I put this, whoops. So this is like a radius of 1 meter, 4 meters out, or 4 meters out. So on this, you know, it's a radius of 1 meter, but it's 4 meters away. So she's always kind of steering towards, well, radius of 1, so it's, you know, 2 wide. So she's always kind of steering forward. Whereas now I moved it only 1 meter away, and so sometimes it's actually behind her, and so she'll really quickly turn around. It'd be fun to visualize, actually, but okay, so I think I saved it already, so we can start the AI. Yeah, so she'll turn a little slower now and wander a little more intelligently. But because she's not doing any kind of avoidance, she's just going to bump into stuff like she is. Like, the wander behavior combined with the wall avoidance was actually really cool, because they just kind of wander around the map. But that requires, like, a lot of work. Yeah, so she can't actually walk under the... Alright, so she's doing her wander thing. Let's make sure... Let's make sure she can walk to places. And we'll stop setting a... yeah, that's going to be a problem, though, that she doesn't have any collision avoidance, because she's just going to get trapped on stuff all the time. Oh, hey, she can walk up ramps. I forgot about that. Yeah, see, I may need to add back the jump behavior so she gets stuck less. But anyway. Alright, so she's wandering around over there, doing her wander thing. Let's turn that off as the default steering behavior. Yep, okay, so she's way down over here now. And now we can start messing with some things. I'm kind of excited. I don't know about you guys. Okay, so let's... What do I want to do? I want... Let's make a, like, walk to chest kind of... A couple different... Just a kind of reset... things to... We can, kind of control what she does. Does she have an entity data? She does. Awesome. Okay, cool. Alright, so what we'll do is do entity ID find nearest string type. And in here we will say ed find entities. Object type info. Is it type filter or type name filter? Type filter. And just in case. Alright, like 3D locables. Get location. And the ID nearest equals null. Double distance equals double dot positive infinity. Infinity and beyond. Min distance. Double dist equals loc dot distance squared. What do I want? What do I want? What it spawn position location if dist is less than min distance. Min distance equals dist. Nearest equals it. Return nearest. And so then we say arrive and probably we want to scale the speed as well. Just gonna guess. Okay, so entity ID target equals find nearest chest if target equals null. Return, there's nowhere to go. Else we current steering equals steering primitives dot scale speed steering primitives dot arrive this at target location, and as long as we're 0.2 meters away we'll be happy. And so we ought to be able to do this and this and this, and then we want to add little actions to our these things. So we'll say chest driver blah 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 blah, and we will just say walk to chest. We'll try one first and then we'll see if that works. Okay, so we'll start the AI and then we'll say chest. Whoopsie. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We got code running that's erroring out. That's fine. Scale speed. Oh, I didn't actually give it a speed. Well, that was dumb. If you guys are paying attention, you might have been yelling at the screen, in fact. Let's have her walk somewhat slowly, just so we get to see things happening. She's casual. She's at work. She's getting paid by the hour. Alright, walk to the nearest chest. Hey, there she goes. Yeah, she doesn't like those collisions on that. Okay, so she's going to walk to that nearest chest, and there she goes. Yeah, probably we give it a little more distance, because that chest is pretty big. So for the chests, Actually, for all of these, let's make them 0.3 away. Or 0.5. 0.5 is fine. We'll get the point. Half a meter to get there. Okay, so should face back front. Yeah, okay. So walk to the nearest chest. Oopsie. Oh, you didn't start the AI. Yeah, see that? I'm gonna forget that every time. Just. She's still trying to walk there. Did she arrive? Nope. She's still trying to get there. I thought there was a way to tell. Yes. There's a way to tell if it's done. And I think it's. I didn't document it, so I've got to look it up. True means keep going. And so what we should do is set it up to stop. If not equals null, and then we can have her say done. Okay. Oh, nope, I'm going to need more. It's going to say oh boy. Let's just say I think I'm going to cheat. I don't know that that's going to work. Alright, let's try again. Start the AI, walk to the chest. Blink, blink, blink. Alright, we didn't see her say the thing. What is the distance to the target anyway? Like, we would have even seen the log message if this code had run, but it didn't, like... So we will give it a little more distance, maybe? I don't know that it's being calculated correctly anyway. Alright, so start the AI. And then walk to the chest. Okay, she's already there. Why didn't we see the done text, though? Maybe we did. Let's try it again. Chest. Okay, so I think that the... I think that the time is wrong. And so I'm going to change how the say command works, because it's too painful to have to know what the time is, and this can already find out. So I shouldn't have to give it a start time. Long time equals systems step time time log info time time. Actually, let's call it start time. Alright, let's do that. Alright, start the AI. Chest bank. Alright, we didn't get our status text. You guys. It's important to have this working. Okay, we no longer should have to say the frame time. We know this was working before, so it should continue working. It's in a very weird place, but it's working. And so then why wasn't this working? Well, for one thing, the time is way wrong. Okay, so I may have done something wrong. So say we only need text and duration now. Okay, so start AI chest. Done. Okay, cool. That's working now. Yay! Alright, now we can get status text and I can delete that other... I can comment this out. I'm glad I left that in. Alright. Okay, so it should finish. Alright. And now we can add the... Like, she's gonna say she's done already. Oh, yep, done right there. It's just kind of hard to see. The styling is not right because, like, Mythruna already has styling for these pop-up text, and I didn't copy them. For one thing, I'm using a completely different style. Alright, so we've got steering. Let me add the actions to walk to the other things real quick. Just because it's not hard to do so. In fact, let's just... Oh yeah, just in case. Okay. We're just gonna end up with lots of these. Walk to forge. Walk to anvil. And so with these, I think we can have her kind of navigate around the world a little bit. I just don't want to have to, like, I guess I could add back the set control. The control thing. Let me see how that worked. I want to make sure it doesn't override too many things. If we have manual control, we are fine, but yeah, we completely reset the calculate steering, and we don't know what it was before. Yeah, because there's like a escape way to escape out. How does it know when I've stopped? Maybe this... No. Anyway, we've got our little things here. I'm just trying to see. It would be useful to be able to, like, jump in and manually control her, but I want to make sure I'm not going to destroy the existing stuff. And there was like a way to hit escape. And that might have been something I built into the movement target stuff. Yeah, see, we override the movement target here, but only once we've hit control. So how do we get out of this again? Let me see. Alright, first let's make sure these work. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Let's see if she can walk to the forge. Boink. Oh, nope. Big. Walk to forge on null object. Oh, we didn't start the AI. Okay, now forge. Walk to forge. Does she walk over there? Probably she could walk a little faster. Yeah, okay, so it's not based on the center of the object, unfortunately. That's why she's going to continue trying to walk there. Okay, let's try to walk the nearest chest then. Yeah, she's going to walk over to this chest, so she should get there. Yep, she can't get there because the things... Okay, walk to the anvil. Yeah, so I just need to set those to 1. But first let me see what happens if I re-enable manual control. Okay, so now she's here. I should be able to control her. Yep. Okay, so now we can walk around. We can even run. This way I can position her where I want her. And then there was like an escape. Yeah, so escape gets me out. And I think from then I can say start AI again. And then say walk to forward. Yeah, okay. But I think once I like pick her up, it clears it out. And so yeah, she's not using the steering primitive anymore. I don't think I can have her walk to the forge. Without starting the AI, and then I can say walk to forge. Yeah, okay. And okay, so cool. We just have to remember to toggle back and forth, which of course we'll forget in comic ways, because that's how I am. Ideally, we'd be able to capture that was reset, and just flip them back and forth. What did I want to do? I wanted to set these distances wider. Because... Or, you know what? We don't know what the... we don't know what the actual center of these objects is without some work. I don't... do I provide that? Well, not here, I don't. And so we'll like add 0.5 so that we at least get the center. Like, we know that all these objects are about 1 meter in square, so this should help. Start the AI, walk to the anvil. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot to put it there. I forgot to put it in. Alright. Walk to the anvil. Will she finish? Can it finish? Can it finish? Nope. She did not finish. I thought these were smart enough to wrap when they got too much. So I think she's still trying to walk there. Oh, yeah. Because I'm not, I need to do this. I used it for the distance, but I didn't use it to This will be better anyway. Object loc. Okay, so let's just put this in here. Actually, just like save ourselves some time. Alright. I probably could have just put all of these in a method that takes an entity. Well, couldn't I? We're down to 2 people according to YouTube. Alright, so start the AI. Walk to the forge. Will you make it? Will you stop? It's important that these stop when she gets there. Because, I don't know that she stopped. It didn't give me the done. Because in order for like if we put a bunch of these in sequence, she's going to have to finish the first one before she moves on to the second, and the AI won't know. Oh yeah, she stopped. And there she's done. It just took it a second to do the done. That's weird. Oh, I bet it takes 200 milliseconds. Alright, so that's working. I don't think she actually made it to the forge. Nope, she's still trying to make it to the forge. So maybe we need to give her a little bit more. Okay, start the AI. Forge. Oh. Yeah. Because the different orientations. So I really should have done this as and then all these just so I'm gonna fix this a second, hold on. And we'll make it I'll put that later. Bah, come on. Come on, fingers. Do what I want. Alright, so we don't want to do this. Vec3D offset equals new Vec3D 0.5, comma 0.0, comma 0.5, and then we want to say offset equals target dot orientation mult offset, and then offset, and we say object loc. Alright, so that should help. Problem was when the objects were oriented in different directions, adding 0.5 was not necessarily the right thing to do, because I think the origin of this object is over here or over there, and so it actually wants her to walk over there. So start the AI, walk to the forge. Huh. Let's log the place we're trying to walk to. Okay. So let's start the AI, walk to the forge. Walk to 5.5 for 0.5. 5.5, yeah. We should be near, okay. 0.5. So for one thing, we should zero out the... Oh, she finished. She got there. It took her a while, but she got there, and we didn't get our text. I'm wondering if we're not getting the first text. Just trying to make sure it didn't appear over here somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't show up for very long. But we do get a log, so that's better than nothing, I guess. So if she tries to walk there again, she's already done, and we don't see the text. I wonder if it's inside an object. Or perhaps it's just not working correctly. Anyhow, so now she could walk back and forth. Oh, she stops way too soon there. 5.54, 0.5. Let's see. Where did I put the object? 5.5 for... Yeah, it's like, it's just adding it, even though... Okay, so this, yeah, actually, that's correct for this one. Because that's its normal rotation. Yeah, I don't know. So she did make it, right? Nope. She's still not there. Alright. Well, we'll just make sure she finishes by... well, shoot. I can't just... Alright. Let's try 1.0 as the approach distance. And the other thing we will do is we will set the object loc y equal to our own and similarly for one thing we need to do the same calculation up here. And the object looks like y equals loc.y, just to make sure we're not counting the up down in the distance or in the walk to. Okay, so now let's try to walk to the forge. Nope, we gotta start the AI first. Nope, we got another error. No such OT. Stupid typos. Alright, start the AI. Walk to the forge. Done. Okay, walk to the anvil. Yeah, she stops way too soon there. The anvil position is way wrong. She was going to walk to... That's the... 3.5 minus 3.75. Yeah, I just don't know why the forges. Anyway, whatever. I'm getting wrapped around the axle about details that don't matter because the real version won't need this. I mean, I have the ability to find positions on objects in real Mythruna, so that's good enough. As long as they stop. So she walks to the nearest chest. She should be able to. Oh, why isn't it animating? Oh, she already thinks she's there. That's why. Okay, so walk to the forge. She's got that little hitch in her step. Yeah, okay, so she got to the forge really quick this time. And we just got a delayed reaction, so maybe I can set this back to something reasonable. Alright, walk to the anvil. Oh, no, we gotta start the AI. Walk to the anvil. I might speed it up too. I'm getting tired of watching her walk. Okay, she got there. Okay, now walk to the forge. She didn't get there. She's trying to get to the other side. So 5.5, 0.5. Yeah, sorry. I mean, the question is, why did she stop here? I guess she gets stuck on the... Yeah, I think she just gets stuck on the corner in this case. And I need a... Maybe I move the object back a little bit. So maybe move the forge back into the alcove a little bit so that she can't approach it from that angle. Okay, so walk to the... Let me give more speed because I'm tired of waiting. Tired of watching her walk. Let's set it to 3.35. Okay, start the AI. Walk to the anvil. Yeah, that's a more reasonable. Plus, the NPCs don't have a lot of time in their day, as we've already figured out. So she's done. I saw the little done text pop up. Now go back to the forge. Yeah, so she's trying to walk back in there. Done. Nope, she's not done. She's trying to get there. It's just the forge is just really darn big. See, she should be... within... Oh, alright. She was a half meter away. Yeah, she can't actually get to the center because this is a full width object. The real question I don't understand is why the anvil... Oh, start AI. She stops, like, before she even gets to the anvil. So I think the calculation we have... This is the origin. Yeah, so maybe I'm wrong about the... The chests, their origin is in the middle, or roughly speaking. This is actually showing me where their origins are. And so, yeah, so Anvil would be walking to 3.5 minus 3.75. Yeah, so we just reached the anvil really quickly. Or the steering primitive could be messed up too. I'm not gonna, so I just want to make sure that she can actually reach the places she's trying to walk to, because it will screw up the AI sequences if she can't. She's not actually there. Alright, well, we will be able to see we'll be able to see if she's doing what she's doing, even if I set those really large. So Forge is she already start AI, Forge. She's already done. Okay, cool. So walk to your nearest chest. Can you get there? Kind of. See, if we had avoidance, this would be not a big deal. Did she reach the thing? She did. Nope, she's not there yet. Or is she? We probably need to set her to stand still. Steering primitives. I think it's constant, or face location. Constant steering, yeah. We want her to stay still. Actually, I think the issue is not that. I think the issue is that we left the steering. Oh yeah. Sorry. We left the steering output set to whatever the last thing was, so if the steering primitive have given any input at all, okay, start the AI, walk to the anvil. I don't know, she still slides. She shouldn't slide. Anyway, that's probably a bug in the code that's handling the steering, not the steering code. Okay, walk to the forge. Okay, I think she finished. She did. She arrived. Cool. Walk to the nearest chest. Oh, she's already got there. Okay. Anvil. Now walk to the nearest chest. Yeah. She got there. Walk to the anvil. Walk to the nearest chest. Okay, yeah, so she slides a little when she gets there, but at least she stops now. Oh, that took too long. I feel like in your guys' version of the video, everything's squished horizontally. Like, no, maybe it's just the way I'm seeing it. I'm looking over at the other screen where I can see what you guys are seeing. I feel like it's like skinnier over there, but Yeah, because it'd be stretched in a particular way. And the fact that... Yeah, it probably is actually squished vertically. I mean, squished horizontally, stretched vertically. Anyway, whatever. Have to mess with that sometime. Alright, so let's... what do we want to do next? We've got a half hour. Let's work on steering sequences. Yeah, so let's list sequence new. Okay, so current steering equals null. If I say done. If sequence, if not, sequence is empty, current steering equals sequence dot remove 0, else alright, and then instead of this, we will say sequence dot add. So she will do them in order, and then we'll have a clear so sequence clear current steering equals null, and and we will come down here, we will add a clear button. Alright, so now we can add things to her walk sequence to confirm that that works. Yep. So, start the AI. Yeah, it does wrap. Okay, cool. So, walk to the anvil. Oh, yeah. Clear. Just because we've added something doesn't mean we're going to start doing it. Else, if... Okay, let's say if current steering... Actually, we could have made this a lot simpler. Equals null, and not sequence is empty. Current steering equals sequence dot remove, oops, remove 0, and then we do this, and we go back to this because it will pick it up next time. Okay, and so start the AI, walk to the anvil, then walk to the chest, then walk to the forge, then walk to the anvil. Okay, so she will get to there, and she arrives there. Okay, so she'll do a sequence of events. Nice, okay. So the queued steering primitives are working. And so we will say alright, so we have a nice little API to use. Now we can start messing with rules again. Yeah, so we could have some more complicated rules. These were the eating stuff off the ground rules. And maybe that's okay. So actually, let's change how these actions work. Yeah, so we ought to be able to make the Gafen eat again, but using the steering action. So character action doesn't need to do all this stuff anymore. Though maybe they'll be timed. We don't really need all this in the walk. Where do I define character action? Right there. Yeah, okay, so character action, that's fine. Oh, I have a step up action. Oh, it's not doing anything. Jump action I have. Okay, walk to action. Okay, what we want to do. We'll make this walk to action old. We'll copy it. Make a new one. And this one we don't need any of this stuff at all except the GOAP agent driver, just for now. Do I need that even? I do. That is what I need most of all. So we will make a new thing. Yeah, where am I doing these character actions anyway? Actions add. Okay, so I'm managing the actions here. And then we are setting them on... What do we do with these? Update. Yeah, so we set these on the character. And that's why they need to be specific. Okay, so that's a different kind of action. That's fine. Yeah, so these are different kinds of actions. We need to define our own. Let's I just want to save these for a second. So we'll put this up here with the eat action we do need. Walk action we do not need. These are like okay, there's two different kinds of actions. There's currently the actions that are like the thing that controls the movement uses, and I'll refactor that completely. But in order to like have it run an animation for a particular amount of time, we need one of those, and that's a different kind of action entirely. We do not need this kind of walk action anymore. but we need some other kind of action class to represent the actions that the AI will create, which is a completely different. We're gonna get like way confused here. So we'll call this a mob action, and what is it? It won't. Will it need an update? It will. But we'll use them in different ways. And it will have an initialize GOAP agent driver mob. Okay, so we'll call that for now. And so they will all have this, and so these will be the kind of actions that our rules will create, and they may set these on the mob and stuff like that, but and they'll set steering primitives and things, and so then when we have a walk to action, we'll steal the constructor from that other one though. Yeah, oh wait, we don't have to steal it. Target. Distance. Min dist. Speed. Private vec3d. Target. Double. I could have avoided this and just used Groovy's default map-based constructor, whatever. Okay, so we also want the GOAP driver. And we will take on the initialize. Alright, so just to save myself some trouble later. Okay, we're gonna have a steering primitive, steering. Yeah, I guess we didn't really need a queue of steering primitives if we're gonna have a queue of actions. Oh well, we didn't waste much time making that. So, driver, or we call this mob, that'd be better. So this dot, mob equals mob. This dot steering equals steering primitives. Let's steal the code from down here. Boink, 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 boink. Boink, 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 boink. Scale speed. Steering primitives. Arrive. Mob. At the target. Using the min distance. And we'll scale with the speed. I am speed. Okay, and then we'll add a start. Why not? Let's have a full life cycle, then we can avoid some ugly stuff. So in here we will say, what do we want to do? Oh, we want to tell the mob set steering. That's all we need to do in this action. And then in here we just return. Oh. We have no way of asking a steering if it's done. We can only, yeah, that's unfortunate. And so what we'll do is we'll say, we'll keep running as long as the mob is the same as our steering. And then we'll know that action's done because the mob is done. Okay. And then yeah, let's call these what they are to avoid confusion. Because I'm about to have an eat too. That's eat mob action implements mob action. And in this case, what did we do originally? We just had a duration. Oh, and this one actually removed the entity and stuff. That we won't need to do anymore. Actually, we won't need to... We won't need any of this action anymore. I think, yeah, we'll make it so that we can set the animation through the, yeah. Okay, so we want the duration and we want the current time. Okay, so double duration. Start duration equals duration. And we want the entity ID of the thing we'll eat. This isn't really necessary in the Groovy, but this dot food equals food. This dot duration equals duration. This dot time, we'll set that in the start. Okay. Doink. Okay. So we will say set animation. Yeah, okay. Eat. Did we have to run the pump? No. We did want to change the facing. So we could make it set a steering primitive to face the food. And then in here, so we'll set this dot time equals 0. Time plus equals step, return, time less than duration. Keep going as long as there's stuff. See if we compile okay. Nope. Oh, yeah. I've got old code in here. Walk to mob action. Yep. And should be good for there. Okay, now we've got eat mob action. Can't have add abstract. Eat mob action must be declared abstract as initial. Okay, I didn't find initialize. I didn't. I'm probably going to redo this interface. I already think it requires too much setup to make a new one, but anyway, we'll see. Yeah, that should like fail. It would fail to run if we ran it because there's no set animation, but probably let's see if we can get it. I actually think we need to set this every time. Okay, and then so we will make a set animation. And then there's something in here where we get the pump. How does the driver, like how did the other actions know to get the anim pump? They had an initialize that did it. And who called the initialize? Here we did. Driver and in pump. Okay. So in here, driver.animPump dot set current action animation. Okay. Alright, so now instead of a steering cue, we want an action cue. List action, mob action, actions, new array list. Alright, and then yeah, that's fine. We didn't really need that. And so how did this work out? Oh yeah, so like we ran the plan and then we added all the actions. We executed the plan. This leaves us a little bit compatible with the last mob action. Oh, action initialize this. I think that's all we need. 'Cause that's at least simpler. Yeah, that's the other one. Yep, initialize, and then when we actually run it, start. Okay. Okay, so we execute the plan, update. Oh, we already had actions. I already had actions. Oh well. Current action. Sure. All that works. Okay, so current action. Actions. No, so none of this. If false, we don't need any of this right now. We're going to do it a different way. Okay, so in the new way, if we'll say action index okay, so in the new way, whenever we get through here, if current action equals null, we will try to get the next one. Actually, we don't need this index. We're going to do it a completely different way. If current action and not actions is empty, current action equals actions dot remove 0. Current action dot start. And so then in here, if current action not equal to null. Current action dot update. Oh, we don't have frame time here. Who calls driver update? This does. Okay, so let's frame time step. Frame time step. Think. Nope, that's fine. It's here we wanted it. Okay, so then up here in our that's the planning dialog. Okay, and update. Long frame time double step. Okay. Now we have what we need. Frame time step. So if not update, we're done. Current action equals null. We'll get a new action next time around. Did that compile? Yes, it compiled. Okay, so now when we go to execute a plan, that all works. It should just work. Because the AI rules, wherever they are, here, are creating the eat mob action. Walk to mob action. Yeah, now it should work. Let's see. Let's make a Gafin because he looks better because he's got the. Plus, we'll see if the. Okay. So we need to start the AI for him. We need to say eat, and it's going to drop some food on her. Am I doing the wrong? I am. Shoot. Alright, well, so yeah, this I wish it ordered these in order. It does not. So start AI, eat, step, 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 step. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. We have more parameters. Whoops, yeah. Hey, Ron, how's it going? So yeah, we got more parameters on our new action than we did on the old one. We got min, distance, and speed. Min distance 0.5, speed 0.25, and we shall try again. Well, this will clear up a lot of crap anyway. All right. Alright, so start the simulation. Simulation. Frustration. Ruination. Alright, start the AI. Eat. Gonna drop some food on the boy. Alright, step, step, step. Alright. And let's see, it's gonna blow up. Execute. It did! Yay! No property target for class E. Well, if it's gonna do it, at least blow up. Just blow up. Why are we arriving? Oh, because I cut and pasted this from above. That was dumb. Yeah, again, we probably do want to face the thing, but that's okay. All right. It's going to be pretty disappointing if the only thing I get done today is exactly what was working last time, but just more realistically. More realistic in the sense that it'd be more like what the real game will do. Create the mob, blah, 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 blah. Start the AI, eat, step, 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 step. Alright, execute. No, blew it up again. Can I cast -1 with integer to mob action? Oh, somebody's still setting the crap. Let's call this current mob action so that we can find anything I miss. Yes, we needed that. Current mob action equals null. Okay, all those are behind the false. Okay. One more time. 40 more times. One eternity later. 4 crashes later. Start AI, eat. Alright, move this out of the way so we can watch. Step, 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 step. Execute. It didn't blow up. Walk to eat. Execute. Okay, so it is not working at all. Alright. Let's add some logging. Or I can't be bothered. Well, we didn't have a set steering. Did something crash? Nope. But I don't know why it let me set steering. Because there is no... There's an add steering, but there's no set steering. So I don't think it's actually running my actions at all. Oh, of course not, because nothing is calling update. Current mob action is null. Oh no, we're calling an update right there. Frick. Alright, so let's do what I was going to talk about doing first. Print line, mob steering. Steering. I don't think it's actually running this. Because like, otherwise it would blow up. We've got nothing called steering on here. If this dot current steering equals steering return, otherwise this dot current steering equals steering, and then we want to say that's all, and then want to add a steering primitive get steering return current steering. Alright, let's see if... Oh, boy. 1, 3, 5, 6. That's a sign that your file is too darn big. And there's drive class steering primitive. Primitive. And let's, so it could have actually run it all print line eat time step or time duration. Okay, so let's try this. Start AI, eat, step, execute. Nope, nothing's running. But why though? And actually we, oh, because we never add the actions. It's important to stay in one's way. Alright, it did something. It failed, but it did something. Alright. Set current action. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think 1.0. Alright. Set animation speed, I think. Set current action. Let me see what set current action is doing normally. Eat 1.0, yeah, so then... And then up here... This is wrong now. Where's my eat action? Comma 1.0. Alright. I have higher hopes. In fact, we will make him walk a little further so that he... yeah. There we go. So he has a little bit further to go to get to the stuff. Okay, start AI. Eat. Step to make the plan. We got our goal. We're gonna look. We looked around, found some food. We're gonna walk to it. So we walk over to the food. Look at him go. And he's gonna stop. And he's gonna eat it. And he never stopped. So important. So I was wondering if it. Yeah. So he walked there. That's cool. I was wondering if I had to call this every frame. I technically do not, though. If he got bumped, he would kick out of his animation. So there needs to be a cleanup. He seems unsure what to do with the forge. Yeah. Indeed. He's like just looking around. What's going on here, guys? Oh, and yeah, so he's a little too close. So his animation was getting interrupted. There we go. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't even have hands. What does it do when you put void in a declaration? Surely it is simple Java stuff, but I never got there. Where, like, here? Like the void initialize? Is that what you mean? I give it a beat. Yeah. That means that it doesn't return anything. Like if I said boolean here, boolean update, that's going to return true or false. Whereas start doesn't return anything, initialize doesn't return anything, so that's what the void is there for. Just to tell the caller don't expect any results. That goes all the way back to C, the C days. Okay, so we need a way when the action is done to reset idle. Yeah, in fact, maybe when we run, I think I'll just, what I'll do is when we run out of things, I don't have a thing that lets me know that I've run out of things. But what I could do is every time this runs out, I could set animation to be idle. So then we reset at the end when we're done eating. And actually, when we are done eating, I could have... Okay, so the other thing is I need to copy the remove so that we actually remove... Yeah, so we will reuse this code from up here. So we know when we're done. We remove the entity and mob dot driver dot ID say yum for 10 seconds. So that's how we'll know he finished eating for sure. Alright, eat. Oops, start the AI, then eat. Step, step. Did that answer your question, Ron? Step, 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 execute. Okay, he's going to walk over the food. Hobble, 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 hobble. Gets there. Going to eat the food. Uh-oh. Something failed. No such property ed for class eat mob action. Of course not. Okay, walk back over to the forge, my dude, my guy. Oh, it won't. I gotta clear. Oh no. That's right. Clear doesn't. Clear needs to remove the animations too. Okay, well that'll clear it out anyway. Oh, it didn't clear out the... okay, so walk to the forge. Oh, start the AI, walk to the forge, just to at least clear out your... There we go. Okay, so now you're back to idle. Okay. So, I need to... I think... remove, it already has a remove, so... no. I don't know if I've implemented decay. See, the tricky part is giving these things, like, it doesn't have an entity system, so it can't remove. So let's add the ability to remove the entity directly on the ID. I don't like it, but alright, so now it could eat the food and consume it. So did that answer your question, Ron? The void stuff? You still here? Start AI. Eat. Step, 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 step. Oh, execute. Right, walk over there to the nearest food or a piece of food. Okay, eat it. Still failed. No such property target for It's always something. Eat mob action. There is no food. Alright, clear. Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, start AI. Clear. Alright, start AI. Eat. Walk to the anvil. There we go. Alright, now eat. Step, 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 step. Execute. Walk over there. Eat the food. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it didn't clear the... It did say yum. I don't think we saw it, but we saw it down there in the logs. So for some reason... Oh, we don't get new... Okay. Greater secret... Did I get a steering is done? Oh, we don't do any steer... Oh, that's so lame. Yeah. Okay, so we don't know... Okay, I'm gonna have to... I don't like this, but I don't have an easy way to clean up finish. I don't have an easy way for these things to clean up when they're done. And there may be reasons we force them to finish, like we have to have them hurry up. And so I'm going to change the way this works. Move this stuff into here. And then we can also say, send it back to idle. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so walk to the anvil. Oh, start the AI, walk to the anvil. Hey. Okay, now we eat. Step, 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 step. By the way, it did eat that piece of food. Alright, so walk over to this piece of food. Eat it. 1001, 1002, 1003. Uh-oh, he finished. Oh, because they're not calling that new method. It didn't... Oh yeah, so that's why it also didn't remove the food. Alright. Walk to the anvil again. Go back over there. Okay. And then you should go idle. Okay, so we need to, every time we finish one of these guys, if current mob action finish. It doesn't hurt to have this kind of life cycle. It just means one more method to implement. Although, I guess if there was an abstract version. Okay, so eat. It wouldn't matter. But anyway, yeah, I don't mind answering any programming questions you guys might have, general or otherwise. So you're gonna eat, eat, eat. Did he say yum? Yum, he did say yum. And he removed it, and he's back to idle. Woo! I know it's such a simple thing. But now if we had more time, I'll tell you what, next time we will make Fade walk around to all the things. And, you know, the Mythruna girl. And I'll try, between now and then, I might try to get, like, you know, attachments working in this demo so that she can actually hold the things and do that kind of stuff. But I did a lot with this stuff. I'll show you real quick before I call it. Like if we look at the real-ish planning test, like I have these rules defined up here where we say, you know, we want to create a dagger. It requires that we be, in our right hand we're holding a hammer, in the left hand we're holding a rod, and that rod is 200 degrees, and that we're at the anvil. And then, you know, so we have rules where we, you know, equip the right hand, equip the left hand, and that this actually searches. So I have 3 chests, 2 of them with rods and 1 of them with a hammer, and so it finds the chests. And in fact, I'll show you. Let's go ahead and kill that, and then I will run not this window. We'll run this test. You know, it doesn't create the dagger yet, just equips from the chests to show that it works. Gradle tests, real-ish planning test dot. So we run that. It chunks through the things, and I'm using really generic rules, so it takes it a little longer, takes it more steps than it would normally, and I'll show you in a minute what that means. So in 251 iterations, it found that it needs to look around at the 3 different chests. So it'll open chest 44, and it'll equip the hammer from that, and then it'll look around again, and it'll go to chest 47, and it'll equip the hammer, you know, the rod from that. And so then so it has the hammer in the right hand and the rod in the left hand, and then it can do the other things it needs to do. But you know, this is just sort of a basic thing, and right now I have the rules set up really generically. So down here, there's just like a general look-in chest that takes all of the chests nearby and, you know, looks in them, and it has a general well, there's a walk to and stuff, but equip target left, equip target right, they deal with this one kind of target instance, and really you would make these rules more specific, to the point where you might even have equip, you know, hammer, equip rod separately so that they weren't so generic. But that's why it has to search through so many rules as to, like, it kind of looks like this. Actually, I think this is the wrong one. Yeah, this, I don't think I updated this one recently, and this app needs to be shut down. It has been running too long. Refresh. Yeah, so I mean, this is crazy in here, with all of the intertwined connections, because the rules are so generic. Like in this case, we equip target right. Anything it requires something, a non-null instance, and then we'll equip it to the right. Because we needed to equip something in the right, we'll equip it, but that means it'll try, like every object it finds, it will try equipping in the right hand, and every object it finds, so it basically runs through every combination of equip this object in the right hand and equip this object in the left hand until it finds the one that matches this. And really, you'd want to tailor your rules a little better, you know, like to have a type built in, for example. Oh, yeah, I've clearly been talking too long. And so I've made these rules as general as possible, and it used to take it like 1,400 steps to solve. Now it solves it in 251, which is not bad, considering that these aren't really the way you would define the rules. They're too hard to navigate, for one thing, and you'll improve the solver and the visualization of any graphs you print like that other one if these are more specific. Like, for one thing, like equip target right, it's just dealing with any kind of target. Target being like the rules are trying to focus on a particular object. Like down here we looked in the chest, and so we took every content of the chest and we shoved them into the target. And so in really you would want to narrow these down quite a bit so that they weren't so general. Like I said, instead of just any target, maybe you want like a left target and a right target, so that you can process rules differently for the left hand and the right hand, all the way down to finding the chest. Anyway, but if I can make it work really generically, then it'll just work better when the rules are more fleshed out. And like I said, it could be that generic rules work fine, in which case you can write a lot fewer rules, because I don't have to have lots of specific rules like equip hammer. I can just have any equip and it'll just figure it out. But the way I have it like set up right now is 250 steps would be like 250 frames, because I plan to like iterate probably once per frame. And so the way I look at it is 60 frames a second. That's a little over what, 4 frames, 4.5 frames, 4.25 frames that it would take to have solved this, which is totally fine. Or 4.25, not frames, seconds. 4.25 seconds to figure this out. That's like a long time, but not really when you got a lot of stuff going on. All right, I think that's where I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great week, and that you're come on, little thing, there we go. And that you have a productive week. If you're working on anything creative, like, comment, subscribe. I do try to answer all the comments if they're nice. And yeah, so thanks for joining.